Yes, Bernard. We're on the record in cause number 329254 and cause number 329474. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Ernest Romaine Bernard. Mr. Bernard, is that your full name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr.
Yes,
Bernard.
sir.
All right,
Yes,
Mr. Bernard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Bernard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bernard, you may put your hand down. Mr. Bernard, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Now, Mr. Bernard, I have before me information in cause number 329254 that alleges on or about March 11th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Bernard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Bernard, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Free.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Oh, I do not wish to fight you, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Bernard, I have before me a document on the computer tablet, and this document is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials, EB, on a line next to a box that's checked nola contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature at the top of this document above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And I have another document here. This document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. At the bottom of this document, above the line that's titled defendant, there's a signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you have waived your right to appeal, which means you have given up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Bernard, did you sign a document out there that is titled the Discovery Certification?
Did I sign? Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Sure.
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit in this case.
Mr. Adams, do you have any objections?
No objections.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 are admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised and counseled Mr. Bernard. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of.
Mr. Bernard, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bernard, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. It's
What is-
for 90 days over 2 years, $500 fine, 80 hours community service, the BIP program, and a no contact with Cecily Reynolds.
So, it's 90 days? Gotta do the 90 days?
It's over.
Okay. And is this case running concurrent with another case?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, it's running concurrent with cause number 329474.
Okay. Mr. Bernard,
So,
the state is offering that you serve 90 days in jail. However, you would not have to serve 90 days in jail because you will be placed on probation for 2 years.
yes, sir.
During the 2-year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $500 and court costs of $342. The fine and court cost comes to a total of $842. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. The total monthly installments that you will be required to pay in this case is $115 per month. Mr. Bernard, would you be able to pay the $115 per month?
I have to get me I have to get a job.
Okay, hold on a minute. Could you go in his file and pull up his
But I'll be able to pay it.
hold on.
Judge,
Huh?
I think under the code, the probationary fees are discretionary with the
No,
court. So if you want to lower them, you can.
No, I know that, but I'm looking at Article 42.15 where we could convert it to community service and that, but I need to get some information from him first. I'm gonna look at his affidavit of indigency that he sent. So just hold on a minute. Could you pull up his cause number is 329254. Look on it, look in it. No. It should be on the magistrate's warrant, magistrate order or something. Go ahead on and pull that up. It's usually on the third or the fourth page. You go to,
Right, it's just missing the defendant's oath, it doesn't have that.
yeah, but just
Printing now.
okay. What happened to the printer? Just hold on a minute. Okay, we're back on the record in cause number 329254. I think that we ended with Mr. Bernard stating, when the question was, would he be able to pay the 115? And he said he would be unable. So the court is looking at the affidavit of indigency that was filed. Now, Mr. Bernard, I see here on your affidavit of indigency, it states that your income was zero. Is that correct? Okay, and I think, and your monthly, all your monthly expenses, that was zero as well. Is that correct? Okay, so, Mr. Bernard, based on your affidavit information,
I have a father, my father, he would help me.
now, Mr. Bernard, let me do this here. Have any of this changed? You still do not have any income, is that correct? Is it, what did you say?
Yes, sir.
So it's still the same?
With zero?
Yes.
Oh, my father, he would help me. And
No,
that's the only-
that wasn't my question. My question was, is your monthly income and assets still the same?
Oh, yes, sir.
And is your monthly expenses still the same? Zero? Okay, I see you nodding your head. That means
Yes,
yes?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Now, Mr. Bernard, the court is gonna find that you are indigent. And let's see.
Indigent?
Well, just listen. We're finding that you are indigent. That means that you do not have the resources to pay. So what the court is going to do in this case is the court is going to convert your fine and court costs, which is $842. The court is going to convert that to community service. And you'll be required to perform an additional 67 hours of community service to pay off your fine and court costs. And the $60 probation fee that you have been ordered to pay, the probation fee is going to be reduced to the minimum of $25 per month.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And so let me go back over this order again. The state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you will be placed on probation for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
During the 2-year probationary period, the state you was ordered to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $342, which comes to a total of $842 of fine and court costs. The fine and court costs is going to be converted to 67 hours of community service. And your probation fee of $60 will be reduced to $60 each month is going to be reduced to $25 each
Yes,
month.
sir.
Now, you'll still be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And so the probation office is going to, the numbers will still be in the order, but when the probation officer reads the bottom and see that it was, that your fine and court costs was converted to 67 hours of community service, they will make the adjustments on your payments. All right, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now you will also be required to perform 80 hours of your regular community service hours, and you are required to pay fine of $100 to the Family Violence Center in Jefferson County. This case will run concurrent with cause number 329474, and you cannot have any contact with Cicely Reynolds, and you would have to attend the BIP classes as a condition of probation. That's the Batterer Intervention and Prevention class. The Batterer Intervention and Prevention program.
Okay, thank you.
And you would also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Now, Mr. Bernard, do you understand the state's offer and the adjustments that has been made by the court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the finding of indigency that we have here will be pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures. And Mr. Bernard, do you think that the state's offer and adjustments is fair and just?
Oh, yes, sir.
And
Yes,
do you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the court. Okay, now we will move on to your next case, Mr. Bernard. In that case, Mr. Bernard, is cause number 329474. And in this case, Mr. Bernard, the information alleges that on or about March 11th of 2021, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest. Mr. Bernard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Bernard, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Bernard, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials, EB, on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the third page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there is a signature at the bottom above a line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And there are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case. You have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you are waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Bernard, did you sign a document out there at the jail that is titled the discovery certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Bernard, prior to signing and initialing the documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the
Yes,
best
sir.
of your knowledge? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bernard, I will. Okay. State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Any objections?
No objections, Judge.
No objections. State's Exhibits Number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised in counsel. Mr. Bernard, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Bernard, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bernard, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
It's for 90 days over 2 years, a $500 fine, 80 hours community service, and it's to run concurrent with cause number 329254.
Do you have that judgment?
I fixed it, yes, sir.
Where's that? I'm talking about on this case.
Yes, sir, this is the 329254 that I redid for the final.
Okay, what about the 329-474?
Are we gonna do the?
Same thing.
Same with the
Yeah.
final?
I can go ahead on and,
Okay, well, this is the first one, let me go ahead and
okay.
start on that other one.
Okay, Mr. Okay, Mr. Bernard, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you're required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs, which comes to a total fine and court costs of $842. However, the court is finding that you are indigent in this case as well. Therefore, the fine and court cost is going to be converted to community service. And an hour, you will be required to serve 67 hours of community service to pay off the fine and court costs. The probation fee in this case is $0. because you are required to pay the probation fee in the previous case. However, you will be required to pay the year analysis fee of $15 each month. And if this is correct, look like your fee is probably gonna be $15 a month. Okay. And that's based on the adjustments that the court have made regarding this case, and based on the, because you are on probation in one case that's running concurrent with this case, the probation fee is $0. And so it looks like the monthly installments is going to be, well, they have $55 here, but the court, the probation office will make those adjustments, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, you will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, your regular community service hours. And you would also have to adhere to the other standard terms of probation. And this case will run concurrent with the previous case, which is cause number 329254. Mr. Bernard, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Bernard, the adjustments, the finding of indigency and the conversion of your fine and court costs to community services pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Mr. Bernard, I'll follow the plea bargain that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Bernard, they will need to take your fingerprints and get your signature. Just please follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
All right, you're welcome.
Orland. Hey, Judge.